students of class 12th. This video lecture covers few topics of electrostatic part 2, that is electric potential and capacitance. In my last video lecture, we discussed with you what is electric potential, how we calculate electric potential at any point due to isolated point charge body, what is the relation between electric potential and electric field intensity, what are the units and dimension of electric potential. Now today's topics are very important in this unit, and most of the time students feel that these topics are not clear to them. They are not able to understand in within a very small time. They takes a lot of time to clear it. Most of the time they share the problem with the teachers regarding these topics which we are going to discuss with you today. These topics are equipotential surface, sketch of equipotential surface, potential due to dipole on axial and equatorial line, and finally electric potential energy. Dear students, we shared with you that intensity and potential are related with each other. E is equal to minus dV by dx or dV by dr. This dV is called change in potential, dr is called distance. Minus sign indicates that in the direction of the intensity, potential keeps on decreasing. That is why change in potential will be taken with minus sign. If we consider only magnitude of intensity, then we write dV by dr. This will give magnitude of intensity at any point. These relations are the differentiation form of relation between intensity and potential. If potential is known, we can find intensity. Similarly, in integration form, we say that integral is equal to V is equal to minus E dr. These topics we discussed in our last video lecture. These topics, these two steps will be used frequently when we discuss sketch of equipotential surface. So please keep in mind. Now, what is equipotential surface? Such type of surface at every point of which value of potential remains same or equal. Such type of surface at every point of which value of potential remains same or equal, known as equipotential surface. The peculiar properties associated with this equipotential surface are: number one, potential at every point remains equal. Number two, no work is done to move charged body on this surface from one point to other. Number three, electric field intensity at any point on this surface always remains perpendicular to surface. These are very important properties or points related with equipotential surface. Potential at every point remains equal. No work is done to move the charged body on this surface from one point to other, as well as third point is intensity at any point on this surface will always be perpendicular surface. Suppose we have taken a source charge Q, and as we know that potential developed by this source charge at any point is calculated by the formula V is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. So assuming a sphere of radius r keeping source charge as center. Here, 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 here. Everywhere potential value will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r, because all these points are at distance r from the source charge body. Now, if we assume this point as A, this point as B, since VA and V are equal, it means VA minus VB will be 0. Since work done to move the charge from one place to other is defined as charge multiplied by potential difference. If you want to move the charge from A to B, this will be the work done, and as VA minus VB 0 implies that W will be 0. That is why we say that no work will be done to move any charge body on this surface from one point to other. Whether we move the charge from A to B, we move the charge from A to M, or we move the charge from A to C. In all the cases, no work will be done because every point will have same potential, so work done will be 0. Now, last property. This is very important. The board exam, most of the time they ask this question: why intensity always remains perpendicular to equipotential surface? Suppose we have a point M. Potential there will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q by r. Let a test charge is kept here. This test charge will be repelled by the source charge outward. Let we are moving a charge body of charge q naught from M to B. Let this displacement is very small. How much work we will do? That work done will be also very small. Dot product of force and displacement, that is force into displacement into cos theta. Now here charge body is experiencing Lorentz force. On moving from M to B, charge body is having some displacement also. But since we are saying that since both the points are at same potential, so potential difference will be 0, hence work done should be 0. So implies that 0 is equal to f dx cos theta. F is not 0, dx is not 0, implies that cos theta is equal to 0, implies that theta is equal to 90 degree. So definitely force and displacement will be perpendicular to each other. It means intensity and displacement will also be perpendicular to each other. That is why we say that always electric field intensity at any point on equipotential surface will be perpendicular to the it. Now, how we sketch equipotential surface? There are so many different possibilities of sketching the equipotential surface. Number one, due to isolated point charge body. Due to isolated point charge body. Suppose a source charge body of charge q is kept here. We want to know equipotential surface. In this case, equipotential surfaces will be concentric spheres of increasing separation. Separation between the spheres keeps on increasing. Concentric spheres of increasing separation. These are the equipotential surfaces. All the spheres are having same center, but separation keeps on increasing. This separation is less than this one. It is more than this one. It is more than next one. This is more than this one. This is more than this one, and so on. Why we are saying that For the isolated point source charge body, equipotential surfaces will be concentric spheres of increasing separation because of the same relation. E is equal to minus dV by dr. Here minus sign indicate that in the direction of intensity potential decreases. So if we consider magnitude, E is equal to dV by dr. Now as in on moving in forward direction, intensity is decreasing. So definitely separation between two surfaces should be more. If we take all the equal, this potential surface of equal value. Equal value means if it is of 10 volt, it is of 20 volt, it is of 30 volt, it is of 40 volt, it is of 50 volt, it is of 60 volt, it is of 70 volt. So for this 70 minus 60 by this distance will be the intensity. For this 60 minus 50 divided by this distance will be the intensity, and as intensity is decreasing, it means separation will increase because numerator in all the cases are having same value. So when denominator will be more, then intensity will be less. That is why we say that for isolated point source charge body, equipotential surface will be concentric spheres of increasing separation. Number 2. For uniform electric field region, we know that uniform electric field region is represented by drawing parallel equidistant lines. Now since at every point intensity is same, so if we take potentials of equal separation, then distance will also be equal. Means all the equipotential surface will be of equal separation. Again, because of same reason, let this is potential 20, this is 20, this is 8, 10, 8, this is 6, this is 4, and so on. Here potential difference is 2. So when separation between them here, separation between them here, separation between them here will be also equal. Then for same potential difference, separation is same, so intensity will be equal because E is equal to in magnitude form dV by dx. For this two surface, potential difference is 2, separation is like 1 meter. For these two surface, potential difference 2, separation is 1 meter, so this will also be 1 meter. So if we have a uniform electric field region and we want to draw equipotential surface, they will be planes perpendicular to the lines at equal distance. Why planes must be perpendicular lines? Because if this is field line, it will give the direction of intensity, and intensity always remains perpendicular to equipotential surface. If it is field line, it will always give the direction of intensity, and intensity always remains perpendicular to equipotential surface. That is why if we have a uniform electric field region, equipotential surface will be parallel planes, parallel equidistant planes perpendicular to the lines. Parallel equidistant planes perpendicular to the lines. Suppose in moving in forward direction, intensity is increasing. Third case, when intensity increases in moving forward direction, if in moving forward direction intensity is increasing, then according to the same formula, E is equal to dV by dx. For same potential difference, when separation will be less, then only intensity will be more. It means now equipotential surface will be having more less separation. Means as we move in forward direction, separation keeps on decreasing. Separation keeps on decreasing because if it is 10, it is 8, it is 6, it is 4, it is 2. Here separation is 2. So potential difference will be 2 and separation is 2, intensity will be 1. Potential difference to intensity is like 1.5. Intensity is more than this case. Potential difference to distance is 1. So intensity will be in this case will be more than this one. Potential difference is 2, distance is 0.5. In this case, intensity will be more than this one. and we are saying also in moving forward direction intensity is increasing. So if you want to draw the equipotential surface for such region where in moving forward direction intensity increases, the shape of equipotential surfaces will be parallel planes having decreasing separation. Next is shape of equipotential surface when intensity decreases in moving forward direction. Now according to this concept, for constant value of potential difference, intensity will decrease only when separation increases. So planes will have increasing separation now. These are the shape of equipotential surfaces in such region where in moving forward direction intensity is decreasing. Next is due to pair of same magnitude same nature charges. Due to pair of same magnitude same nature charges. Now logically if we think here both the intensity will be opposite direction, the intensity is decreasing. So when intensity will decrease, separation will increase. Mirror image, draw mirror image accordingly. It will be the shape of equipotential surface for pair of charges having same magnitude. And finally for dipole, if we have two opposite nature charges, then in between anywhere both the intensity is exactly same direction, so intensity increases, or when intensity increases separation decreases. It will be the shape of equipotential surfaces for dipole. So these were the different shapes of equipotential surfaces. Due to isolated point charge body, due to uniform electric field lesion, due to non-uniform electric field lesion, due to pair of point charges of same magnitude, same nature, due to pair of charge due to dipole. Now next is potential due to dipole on axial equator. Dear student, this topic is not in the board syllabus, but it is in continuation, so we are going to study this also. First we are going to find the electric potential due to dipole on axial line. You know axial line is such type of line which join the center of the charges. This is axial line. Let here minus q charge is kept, here plus q charge is kept. Separation between both the charges is 2L, that is called dipole length. O is the midpoint of dipole, and we have a point M here whose distance from center of dipole is x, where we want to know potential. Here one potential will be developed by this isolated point charge body, one potential will be developed by this isolated point charge body. So total potential there will be potential at M due to A plus potential at M due to B. Potential at M due to A 1/4 pi epsilon naught. Charge at A is having minus sign. So when we calculate potential, since it is a scalar quantity, we take charge with proper sign. This distance will be x plus L plus 1/4 pi epsilon naught plus Q upon x minus L. X L, so it will become x minus L. So total potential at M will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into Q, take common 1 upon x minus L minus 1 upon x plus L. So potential at M will be Q upon 4 pi epsilon naught, take LCM x square minus L square, here you will get 2L. Hence finally potential at M will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, Q into 2L will be P upon x square minus L square. As potential is scalar quantity, so we will never go for direction. If x is much larger than L, then potential at M will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught P by x square. It is the expression for finding potential at any point on axial line due to dipole if x is much more than L, or when x and L are not x and L are in same range. Now, potential at any point on equatorial line due to dipole. This is negative charge, this is positive charge. We have a dipole of length 2L. O is the midpoint. We have a point M on the equatorial line. Here also we have two potential, one at M due to A, one at M due to B. So total potential at M will be potential at M due to A plus potential at M due to B. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught minus Q upon AM. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q upon MB. That is 0 because AM and MB will be equal. If you apply Pythagoras theorem, this side will be equal to this side. It means the line which bisects the dipole and remains perpendicular to it is called zero potential line. Because here, everywhere potential will be zero. So this is called zero potential line, and the plane perpendicular to this dipole known as zero potential plane, because on this plane also, let my hand is a plane. If we take any point on the plane, that point will have equal distance from both the charges. So here everywhere potential will be zero. This is called zero potential plane or equipotential plane. So as this is equipotential plane, when charge will be moved from one place to another, no work will be done to move the charge because it is the property of equipotential surface. Now finally, electric potential energy. Dear students, when we keep charges at infinite distance with each other, between them no force acts. It means they are not forming a system, because for the formation of system, between the charges there should be some interactive force, either of attractive nature or of repulsive nature. But if we shift these charges from infinity to some point close to each other, now they will exert force on each other, hence they will form a system. When we shift charges from infinite distance to very close to each other to form a system, we do some work. The work which we do remains stored in the system in the form of energy, which is known as electrical potential energy. So what is the meaning of electrical potential energy? The amount of work done to bring two or more than two charges, आप 2, 4, 5 charge और ले लेते, 2 and more than 2 charges from infinity to very close to each other to form a system. Now if this is the situation, we will say that system consists of 2 charges. If one more charge from infinity shifted here, system will have 3 charges. Similarly, we can think about the 4 charge system also. Now we want to know how we find the electrical potential of the system of 2 charges. So think here only, 2 charges in the beginning are kept at infinite distance. Between them no force is acting. So when this charge will be shifted at point A, let we have done work done WA, and this charge is when shifted from infinity to point B, let we have done work done WB. So how much total work is done by us? WA plus WB. How we find WA WB? When charge body of charge Q1 is shifted from infinity to here, as here no other charge is present, it is already kept at infinity. So this charge will not exert force on this charge. So as this charge is not experiencing any force, no work will be done to move charge Q1 from infinity to A. So work done by A at A will be 0. But now as soon as Q1 charge will be kept here, this charge will create its own electric field region. So it will produce some potential at point B also. So when Q2 charge will be shifted from infinity to point B, the work done which we will do is equal to charge which is to be shifted into potential at B, according to the definition of potential. Potential is work done upon charge, so work done will be charge into potential. So total work done will be Q2 into potential at B by A, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 by R, implies that total work done is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 into Q2 by R. This work which is done remains stored in the system in the form of electric potential energy. So expression for electric potential energy will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 by R. Now here, since energy is a scalar quantity, so whenever we do calculate this potential energy, we take charges with proper sign as we have done in potential. Now, if suppose third charge is also shifted here, when first charge will be shifted here, no work will be done. Now that charge will produce potential here as well as here. So when second charge will be shifted, this much work will be done. Now here, this and this, both the charges will produce potential. So when third charge will be shifted, we have to do some more work. So total work done will be WA plus WB plus WC. Same method you can use to find the electric potential energy of 3 charges, 4 charges, 6 charges and 10 charges. This is how we find expression for electric potential energy. The important point is potential and potential energy are scalar quantities. So when we calculate potential or potential energy, we take charge with proper sign. Force and intensity are vector quantity. So when we calculate force between the charges or we calculate intensity at any point due to charge body, we take magnitude of charge only. This you have to keep in the mind. They are vector and they are scalar. Force is a vector quantity, intensity is a vector quantity. So while we calculate force and intensity, we consider only magnitude of charge. Potential is scalar quantity, potential energy is scalar quantity. So while we calculate them, we take charge with proper sign. This work done in this case will become electric potential energy of the system. So dear students, this is all about your today's video lecture. Hopefully, I am hoping that you will be able to understand these topics very well. Apply your brain, focus on the topic, write down the important points. Few topics of this particular electric potential are still left, so we discuss it in our next video lecture. Please do like, share and subscribe my channel so that you can get updates every day. Thank you.